introduce them?
I would love to do the honors in the top left spawn position. My fellow countryman, hailing from the Netherlands, of course, as am I, the blue Zerg player from Team Liquid. It's RET. And in the bottom right spawning position, currently up a game coming from Germany. A bit of natural rivalry between the Netherlands and Germany has always been present in soccer or football, as they say in England. Football has always been present. And yeah, let's see how it's going to be turning out. In the bottom right, the pink Zerg, the pink Terran player, excuse me. It's going to be new Rose Soft's KRASS.
Now, in game one, let's just talk a little bit about what we saw. For a start, RET, he looked okay early on. He held off aggression quite well.
Yes,
he was doing fine. But then KRASS, he took his third, and then just kind of had all of the units. And then just came and rolled into the fourth and knocked out that really quite comfortably, knocked out the third, and then the second RET hidden base north of his natural got spotted. Then it was just like, no, can't win this, GG.
Yeah, RET looked a little bit shaken in that game, really. Double Spire into producing only 6 mutas. He had nothing. He had no infestors, he had no mutas. I really hope he's going to show a little bit more decisiveness as to what to do, because going for 2 Spires really shows that he wants to go for the mutas, and then actually did nothing of the sort.
Exactly right. That double spire must have been a mistake. There's no other reason you would have done it. And, of course, we've got the hatch coming down now for RET, so this is all very normal. 15 hatch is what you'd expect. Whether he may actually go for an early gas, we'll wait to see.
He did so in last game.
He did so in last game, but whether he gets it before pool, I don't think he will. He should go pool now. He's gone to 16. It's very rare you'll go 16 gas, 16 pool. That's a really, really bold move to make, and not really many benefits to it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, KRASS,
not really bold only, just dumb in general.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to be nice about it because some people may do it, but you may be right there. So, of course, what we're seeing is the fact that KRASS went for a command center first, which is about as different from his first build as you could hope for.
Yeah, he played a very aggressive build in game 1, going up to a factory, and maybe he even started the starport before expanding. I believe he went factory command center starport though, so an aggressive opener out of KRASS in game number 1. In game number 2, going to be doing the complete opposite on a map that really enables him to do so. I mean, it is bigger, it is forced cross spawns, so it can be considered a 2-player map, but there's a lot more bases to be expanding to.
Indeed. So, basically, what we need to see now out of KRASS is whether there's 2 options he's got now. Some Terran players like getting up a second barracks after they've go CC first, just to get more Marines to be safe. The other option is just to drop down some gas and be like, I'm just going to imagine I had this barracks all along and I actually have something to defend with.
Is he actually going to drop a 3rd command center? He's on 500 minerals right now. KRASS.
He's got to. He's gone for the double orbit command. He still has enough to get that next command center. He's got to do it now. If he doesn't do it now, it's crazy.
It's crazy. He's going to do it. He's going to go 1 barrack.
No, he's not. He's going to make 2 barracks.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
A little bit delayed. What is he going to do with the rest of the minerals?
A 3rd barracks. A 4th barracks now. He's just going to make barracks. He likes Marines. It's that simple. So basically now what we need to see is KRASS is going to be aggressive. He went very, very greedy with this expansion, knows his economy is okay, and now he's going to follow this up with super levels of aggression. Pushing up in. RET does have the issue on this map, even in forced cross spawns. Taking the 3rd is a bit awkward.
It didn't really seem like a solid build out of KRASS. Like we said, he went up to 450 minerals there for a long time, and then decided to drop 1 barracks, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. It didn't really seem like he had this planned, so he might be, you know, trying to get a quick 2-0 off of RET here, and that would really enable his chances to move on in the tournament. So a bit of a cheesy play, I would say, coming out of KRASS here. No gas still, already at the 5 to 6 minute mark, Mados. How is RET going to be able to defend against this? He does have a gas. He has 2 gases even, so he could chuck down a bailing nest.
Well, he hasn't started speed yet, so that's for a start.
Oh, he's getting a 3rd.
He's getting a 3rd. Now, that is not what he wanted to do, is the simple way of explaining it. But he can see that everything's looking fine. He can see the SCV mining quite happily. And as such, he knows that, well, the expansion's down. I must be safe, right? Right? No, you're not. There's a lot of Marines coming your way, RET.
Yeah, he's playing, of course, the game of drones, as he does like no one else. We see 4 Marines now pushing out on the map. They're going to be clearing the watchtowers, because he wants to make sure that Liquid Red has no idea that this push is going to be coming. He's been making non-stop Marines for the last few minutes. Liquid Red currently in a bit of a supply block, will not be able to produce too much. Is going to see these 4 Marines head out, but he's not going to be panicking about that. I mean, 4 Marines at this point in the game just pushing out here. A little bit of a greedy move, but it's possible.
It is possible. As we see now, the Marines, though, they're starting to move up. They're getting actually surrounded by these lings. The Queen Zergling's doing a good job of taking him out, and this is actually shutting this down quite nicely.
Yeah, he is. Where are the rest of the Marines? They're actually still in his home base. It's a little bit weird to see 4 Marines be that aggressive. He's really putting a lot of effort into trying to fake this out. Now 4 gas is going down for KRASS. He is actually repairing his orbital command with a lot of his SCVs. And what is he going to do with him? 5? I presume they're going to be used in the attack. Well, yeah, a lot of SCVs actually coming along.
Well, he's already all in. He had no gas. He's got no upgrades. He's got no important tech. He's got to just go and kill RET. Or at least try to, because otherwise there's no way he's getting back into this game. Because RET has got his Baneling nest now, and that is really the easiest way to deal with Mass Marine, is just get a couple of Banelings.
Yeah, Mass Marine, Mass SCV, the only thing you need to handle that is some nice rolling Banelings. And he does have the Banelings finished up 3. Banelings now on the way. He knows what is coming, I suppose, at this point. He sees the SCVs heading out on his creep. Has a really good creep set. That's going to be helping him out a lot, Mandels, because those Banelings don't have speed.
Nope, they do not have speed yet. And as you said, this is looking fine. But of course, the Banelings now starting to come on in, and they get some relatively okay connections. Takes 2 Banelings to kill them, of course. But the Lings, where are they? They're nowhere to be seen at the moment. 20 are in production, but RET, he's going to lose some queens if he's not very, very careful. With just so few units out at the moment for either player. KRASS, he's got to deal good damage here, really. Otherwise, he is going to have to GG out.
Yeah, he is. There are a lot of Lings on the way. 32 Lings about to pop. More queens coming out. I believe RET is currently at 4 queens, so he's got some perfusion energy available. Has to be careful not to get his queens surrounded, and he's buying time so well. He might be losing one of the Evo chambers here, but that's not the biggest of problems right now. He's got a really good amount of Zerglings here, going to be trying to push down the ramp. The Zerglings trying to get in a good position, but the Marines pretty safely there, tucked away.
Indeed they are. So now getting in the best position he could hope for, right behind the middles, but unfortunately the Zerglings just coming straight on in, picking off those SCVs very quickly, and I think KRASS is now, he's trying to transition out behind this. He's got his factory up, okay? It's coming quite nicely. He's getting some upgrades. He's starting to get combat shield. Stim is about a quarter done, but that's at the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, we're talking about things that should have been happening like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, and so because of that, RET this time getting a single Spire. Nope, not going for the double Spire this game, but basically going to go into Muta. Ling Bing Muta really, really strong, and he's going for a counter push because ultimately he knows his opponent must have committed an awful lot of barracks to do this. Even though he's got very little vision of his opponent's base, you can know by just that many Marines being out, there has to be a lot of barracks, very little tech, very little gas. I can just really come and try and punish that.
Yeah, he could. RET now spending all his minerals on upgrades and, of course, on those drones. He's not keeping much in his bank. He wants to produce as many mutas as he can when his Spire finishes up, though. And the Spire is going to be finishing in 30 seconds. We'll be able to produce 6 to 7 mutas, which is going to be somewhat scary for KRASS, but Stim will be finished up by the time they get to his base. So he should be fine in defending. The real issue is RET's macro. That's getting out of control. Yeah,
he's already up to that 70 drone mark.
70 drones, oh my god.
70 drones compared to 44. Let's put this in perspective. He is a little way ahead. The Spire has also finished up now. As we can see, just add-ons being plastered all over KRASS's buildings, just making sure that he can get maximum production going. And basically, what we need to see from RET is just to sit back, macro up quite nicely, and do the best he can. And that's really where KRASS has to come in. He's got to try and stop things going to plan.
Yeah, KRASS has to start moving out right now. He has his upgrades finished up. He's got +1, he's got Stim, he's got combat shields on his Marines, has a few medevacs out, and he really does not have a lot behind this. He has no double actually, he does have double engineering bay. So he could just start double upgrades, get a third, and try to play the macro game. He still can.
He could do so. We've got the +1 flow attack, as you said. Now the muta count is starting to get a little bit higher, actually. He's up to 10. If he keeps pumping them out, which he can, he's got enough money for, he should be absolutely fine. But look at KRASS's bank. He is completely broke.
He's completely broke. He doesn't have a lot of SCVs. He doesn't have a third base, whereas RET is going to be operating out of 4 bases, one of which is currently being harassed by about 6 to 7 Marines. But the upgrades, of course, heavily favoring Liquid RET. Another Marine getting cleaned up at the 3rd base. And RET's going to be at 2-2 in just a second, Mandels. Only a few seconds out are his upgrades.
And those upgrades are going to be oh so important, because once you get the upgrade advantage, you can trade more cost effectively. Everything starts looking very, very good for you exceptionally quickly. So RET, he's got a supply advantage, he's got the worker advantage, he's got the tech advantage and upgrade advantage. Generally, I would say he's got them all. He's a Pokemon master.
Yeah, he's got all 150 advantages that you can possibly get in this game. And he could go ahead and try and kill his opponent right now. He could just barrel in there, KRASS 117 supply. Or RET could just stay back and completely max out and go in when he feels most comfortable, and that's probably when he's maxed out. He knows his opponent's going to have a super ridiculously late 3rd base, and he will be able to act accordingly.
He will be. +1 flower attack has now just completed. We've also got a good situation for Red where he's got his 4th coming up. The 3rd CC is trying to get constructed because that's all KRASS can really do, and he's not actually as far behind. Yeah, those Widow Mines were very, very close there. He's very close. And now, basically what we need to see from KRASS is he's doing the right stuff actually. He's pushing forward, he's making sure that he holds map control. He is actually dropping into the 4th phase, but the Lings, they're straight away back. RET, he's nearly maxed out now. And all he needs to think is, hang on, what am I going to get? He's only got 9 mutas, and just really, he's got 99 Zerglings.
He's got 99.
He's got 99 problems, but a Zergling ain't one.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Jorisar just shaking his head at me, just like, that was so bad.
He's got, yeah, okay. So let's see what he's going to be doing now. He has the 2-2 upgrades. His opponent's only at 1-1. Not that great of upgrades. So many Zerglings. Not that many Banelings. Not that many Banelings, indeed. But he's denied that 3rd. And by doing so, he's keeping himself 2 bases up. That is a good spot to be in, no matter what race you are. And just generally speaking, I'd be fairly happy now as RET. It's really his game in the bag, I'd say. Yeah, looking good for Liquid Red indeed. He has 100 Zerglings now on the map, so no longer 99, which is of course a little bit disappointing. Has a very nice number and a very nice ring to it, but Liquid Red only playing with a very low muta count, 9. We saw him go up to 6 or 7 in last game, now going up to only 9, and he's primarily playing a Zergling strategy, whereas KRASS is going to have to rely on his Widow Mines to get the hits to do the AoE splash. AoE splash. Yep, double AoE.
Double AoE, all the way. But yes, +3-2 upgrades are now getting started for KRASS. Overlord speed coming in for RET because why not when you've got that much money? And, well, all we need to be looking for now is basically what is RET going to be able to do coming forward. He's got his Ultralisk Cavern just chucked down, and that's really quite important for him because once he gets that Ultralisk Cavern, suddenly he can start producing those tier 3 units, he can start really crushing this. And I love the fact as well that he got Pathogen Glands out because the Infestors, I've seen a lot of Zerg players unfortunately skip that when going Ultras. But the Fungal Growth is just so strong, it traps everything down and you can move forward and just start bombing your way through.
Yeah, he definitely can. Liquid Red still playing a very safe game, does not want to overcommit, is actually letting KRASS have that 3rd base. Or is he? Yes, he is. He doesn't have the Infestors to really keep the army in place and uses Banelings to surround and, you know, grab that entire army in place. The Mutas trying to find an angle to do damage. Once again, still only a few of them there. Only 7. They're not going to be winning him this game, but they're going to try to find some angles to do harassment damage.
Indeed. So basically, what we're seeing now is RET pretty much maxed out. But KRASS is doing an okay job. He's at 180 supply, but the upgrades are quite substantially in RET's favour. Actually, no, in RET's favour. Yeah. 2-2 on melee, and he's also got +1 Flower Cat. He's got 3-3 on its way. Tennis plating, and also
it is 2-2 versus 2-2 right now, and RET did not choose the best time ever to attack, but the Widow Mines are too far back. They're not going to be able to really properly engage. The Banelings are actually stuck in the back. RET for getting half of his army there and enabling KRASS to actually come out at somewhat okay there. I mean, he could have lost the game outright. The Widow Mines were too far back, lost the front portion of his army without the behind portion really engaging. It was a bit of a sloppy engagement by both players, I'd say.
Now, I hate to break it to you, but RET, he's got 3,000 minerals and over 1,000 gas. He can afford to throw away some of his maxed out army now.
Look at that.
And he's only got 7 Ultras on the way. That is pretty potent. I hear Ultras good units.
They're going to be popping out at a really good time too. Chitinous Plating is about to finish up, 3-3 is about to finish up. Those Ultralisks are going to be popping out and they're going to be powerhouses right off the bat. They are going to be demolishing those Widow Mines. Widow Mines really bad against Ultralisks. Not as bad as they are against Broodlords luckily, but Ultralisks, they take a lot of hits before they finally die off.
Now, as we see, the move going in, RET is going to try and end this, but look, the actual Widow Mines doing a lot of damage, but there's just too many Ultras there. The Infestors need to get some Fungal Growth off. They should not be leading the charge. It doesn't work that well. And, well, now in they come, the Ultras just cleaning everything up. RET down to just 100, KRASS rather, down to just 116 supply, to 170 of RET.
KRASS trying to do some counter-harassment damage. A few Marines were working away at the hatchery at the top of the map, but not really able to get it. Another small group of Marines on the left side heading into the middle of the map, just standing there waiting to be executed, I suppose. KRASS still on 3 bases. He should have been at, well, he needs to be at 4, but there's really no way RET's going to let him have a 4th.
No, RET, he's just going to take all the bases. He's going to have a great economy. His bank is already incredible. So once you get to that spot, you can just really start having a lot of fun. You can start pushing across. You can start trading cost ineffectively, but currently he's actually doing really well. The resources lost nearly identical, which so favours Red when he's just got such a better income. Up at 83 drones to 55 SCVs. Yeah. Upgrade-wise, Red's maxed out. He's got 3-3. Compare that to 3-2 currently for KRASS, and that just means everything's really going in Red's favour.
KRASS is now going to take a big risk and try to spread himself really thin, trying to take 2 bases at the same time. And Red's going to be walking up to the first base and be like, okay, I'll shut that down. In the meantime, a drop is happening in the top right side of the map. Some Marines and Marauders doing damage there, but Red's just running through the entire army of KRASS right now. He has the better upgrades. A good positioning though for KRASS up on the high ground.
Yeah, it was a nice position to be in, but it's inevitable now. The Ultras coming in, they're going to demolish the Planetary Fortress in mere seconds, and the SCV's not even bothering trying to repair. KRASS, he's stuck on 2 bases. He is going for some counter-aggression though, up at the top right, and that is going to allow him to knock out the hatchery, as you can see from the mini-map, and as such, the Bermuda's coming back, trying to pick it off, but it's just not going to be enough to get KRASS back into this game. He's losing now, his 4th base. He's got no mining bases, he's got no minerals at all. Red could even lend him some money and be like, here you go, bro, I'd still beat you.
Just pay me back in the next game.
Yeah, just pay me back. That's fine. Pay me back in the next game where I might need it, because Red, he's basically won this now. It is pretty much surefire. And basically, that will level out the series. We'll go to the ace game. It's the last series we're casting tonight, and it'll be good.
It will be good. We've been gassing for a long time today. I have seen a lot of amazing games, and it looks like this series is going to have an epic conclusion in a Game 3 that we could be seeing soon. I mean, let's face it, KRASS on 2 base income, desperately trying to get another base up and mining. He doesn't even have the minerals right now to make it into a planetary fortress, which would be the minimum requirement to even have a chance at the
yeah, so basically, here we go, Red pushing in, he's going to go for it, and I don't think KRASS, he's doing his best, he's microing as hard as he can, just hoping to make something work. But
nice
yeah, that fungal didn't get all the units, but it got enough. It's allowing the distance to close up, and there's the real good fungal. The Ultras able to close up the distance. They're going to get rid of everything. The army supply for KRASS now just 48 to 116 for Red.
Yeah, a huge army supply lead for Red. He's also almost triple the supply of his opponent. KRASS is in a lot of trouble. What is he going to hope to do right now? He still has that mining base on the left, and he's dropping. That's something that he's got going for himself. Might be able to shut down the map. The base in the middle of the map. Might be able to shut down another base in the top right. But eventually, he's just not going to cut it.
No, he's not going to be able to do it. I don't think KRASS wants to hold on, because ultimately it's a £10,000 prize pool. You want to get some of that money. You want, even though it's a group stage, and even though KRASS is doing okay in it,
he's 2-1.
He's 2-1. He's not out of it. Top 3 advanced. So he wants to get everyone he can, because it comes down to maps. It also comes down to head-to-heads, and he doesn't want to make it too easy.